Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare to discover.
Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to the Sunday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. How is everybody doing? I'm doing great. A little on the tired side, but I guess that goes with age. Hey Cindy Mitch, good to see you. Kurt, good to see you. I will try to make a good night out of it. Kurt. Hey, Squatch, good to see you. Michelle, good to see you. I hope you enjoyed, Kurt, I hope you enjoyed that thing John Ventry had. But I know that I need to tell you this, that I'm on UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. And I want to thank Joe Montaldo for allowing me to give you this hour on Sunday night, 8:10 to 9:10, and Tuesday nights, 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. For people who are just starting to listen all over the countries and all over the United States, my show, I have two shows, Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. And my Sunday night show is a laid back show, okay? Because everybody had a rough week. okay, and they just need to, you know, relax a little bit. Just relax a little bit and just enjoy a nice 1 hour show. But my Tuesday night shows, okay, are a little bit more intense, okay. And in fact, this April 22nd, my guests will be Maxim Furyk and Dan Hagerman. And we're going to talk about the 18th annual Butler Conference on April 26, 2025. So if you are not doing anything that Tuesday, that would be the 22nd of April, please stop by and listen to Maxim. He's been a guest on my show. He is an author, and it'd be nice to see and talk about it, because I really do remember a long time ago that I did go and I was at that Butler conference a long time ago. I won't tell you how long because it'll show my age here. But if anybody wants to know how old I am, I'm going to be 63 in June. So the cat's out of the bag. So tonight, okay, we're going to have an open chat. I like my open chat shows. And we talk about everything and anything. Oh, just like my Friday night show, you can catch me. I'm a co-host on Friday nights from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And that show is called The News on the Flip Side with Joe Montaldo, Michael Angley, Leah, and Jeff. And also, I'm on, no, Jay, not Jeff, Jay, I'm sorry, my mind's a little foggy. And then on Saturday night from 7:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we got the number one show on this platform. And that is called The Chat, where we talk about everything and anything. Okay? The answer is you got to pay the man. Okay. But tonight we're going to have it's an open chat night tonight. And if anybody that is in the chat room right now who wants to, bring something up, tell us what's on your mind, and we can share it with everybody, and maybe we can, get it getting going on with what's going on with you. But I just want to bring up, who believes in angels? Who believes in angels? Hey, Mark Eddie, good to see you. Who really believes in angels? Do angels exist? What's on my mind? I'm thinking about angels and demons tonight, Kurt, is what I'm doing. Who believes in angels? Who believes in demons? Okay. Is it actually a demon that wreaks havoc at a haunted house? Cindy Mitch believes in angels. How, Cindy, if you could, add on to that, why do you believe in angels? Well, did something happen, Cindy, that you said there was an angel that helped you? Maybe I don't know. Why don't you share a little story about how you believe in angels, and then we can share it. Well, the reason why I want to bring up the angels, I believe in them. I really do. And everyone says that angels are good angels. They're always for the good. You know what I mean? But is it possible? Is it possible out there that the angels, or some angels, are not so nice? And Michelle believes in angels. That's good. But are all angels nice? I was pondering that question for the last couple days. And I wanted to bring it up tonight and see what you all thought. Um, I believe that angels kick you in the ass when you need to be kicked. Because I know my angel, and I'm not afraid to tell you who my angel is. My archangel, who is with me all the time, 24/7, and when I did paranormal investigating, was the archangel Uriel. That's Uriel. And if you want to know all about um, my angel Uriel, just look him up on the internet. It'll tell you all about him. Okay, let me see. Kurt says, I believe in good and bad spirits. I guess you could say angels and demons. But I always think there has to be a good to the bad. It would be boring if it was perfect. But let me ask you a question. Okay, Kurt, please do. Hello, Karen, the Karen Show. Good to see you. Because to me, not angels are like good angels. It's just you hear about them in the Bible. You hear them in prophecies out there, and I don't know. I know my guardian angel. When I step out of line or when I'm veering off my path, he kicks me in the ass, and he's not ashamed to do it. And when I do something really stupid, then I don't get punished, but he acknowledges that I did something stupid, and I have to get back on my path again. And when my angel comes to me, when Uriel comes to me, all right, he's real strong. He's really powerful. I mean, the energy that surrounds me when he's around is incredible. It really, really is. Cindy Mitt says, I believe angels have a purpose, and some might not be happy with the purpose. They might not like being the angels in. That's true. And spiking about purposes, Cindy, okay, Kurt's got this question. Why do you believe in angel? Is it a light being or something spiritual? So it is something ET or paranormal or spirit? Hi, Heidi. Good to see you. Don't worry about being late. That's okay. Something ET. This is why I feel everything is really close to being all connected. Okay, that's a good question. What is a light being? I think they're totally separate than an angel. Different people have different names for angels. Some say they're light beings, some say they're regular angels. But also don't forget that there are angels on here on earth. Thank you, Heidi. There are angels here on earth. And let me run this scenario by everybody here tonight. Were you ever out in public or doing something, and out of the clear blue, somebody comes up to you and is just nice to you? You never met the people. They don't know you. You don't know them. But they come along and they help you out in a certain way. Okay. A smile or a simple hello or they give you a hug or they sit down and they listen to you talk. And then after you get done talking with this angel, right? This person who I think is an angel on earth, right? He or she gets up, goes away, and you never see them again. And it seems like they come around, the earth angels come around And when you're having a bad day, when nothing is going right, you know what I mean? They appear. Uh, Kurt W says, I'm right along with you, Sean. I was just asking. I believe they are different also. Heidi was saying, Joe was just talking about light beams. I asked if you ever heard of the light beam protectors. Have you or anyone? I have never heard of that, Heidi. I honest to God haven't. And who would they be? Who would they protect? They can protect us, but also, Heidi, do they protect the angels too? Or are the angels powerful enough to where they don't need any protection? That's a question you got to ponder on. You know, everyone puts angels, not everyone, some people, and I would say a lot of people, okay, put angels on pedestals. You know, like they're always good. I mean, you know, an angel is this, an angel is that, but they don't really look into the whole thing of what's happening with these angels. You know, everyone says Archangel Michael's, you know, is the fighter who defeated Satan, blah, blah, kicked Lucifer out of heaven. How do we know that? How do we know that? Why? Or you wake up every morning and you wait for Gabriel to blow his horn. Heidi says, I thanked him. It was mentioned to me one day outside. Okay. Who's not to say that when you see a crow every day, if you see a cardinal every day, if you see a rabbit going crossing, how could that be an angel? Could they manifest into different animals to protect you? Or is it just the animal spirits that protect you? I mean, you can go every which way but loose with angels, you know, but a lot of people today in this world are are so they got blinders on, okay, and they don't see what's totally around them. If people would take the blinders off and actually see what's happening around here, around them, then I guarantee it, you'll see angels. And you can also see demons too. Uh, Heidi believes in it all. Kurt said I was just going to say cardinal. You took it from me. Oh, they say that. Someone's checking in on you. That loves you unconditionally. And Cindy Mitz believes in the unbelievable. Heidi, I'm right there with you. Heidi says, I do not believe in coincidences, coinky dinks either, Kurt. I like that word, coinky dinks. Is that a Colorado thing, Heidi? The coinky dinks? Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't. I don't. Everything happens for a reason. But people need to open their eyes and see what's around. Even when you're in a deep depression, even when shit's not going right for you, when you're down in the dumps, and you feel like you're all alone out there in this world, okay? And no one's there for you. Don't dwell on that. Because out of the clear blue sky, that animal, that bird, that person will appear to yourself, to you. And you will actually, after you get done talking or talking to a person you don't know, then it just seems like your day or evening gets a lot better. And I'm going to share a story with you. And this is a true story. So one day, you know, I used to go up to this restaurant up in Dormont where I live. And I always went up there every night to get a coffee or an iced tea because I had friends up there too. And one day I was up there and I saw this old man sitting in a booth. I mean, he really looked like he was homeless. Scraggly clothes, beard, the whole 9 yards. I didn't think nothing of it. And in this restaurant, you can no longer smoke. Hey, Holly, how you doing? Good to see you. Kurt, Sean, Heidi, Michelle, my crew, love this every Sunday. Thank you. Welcome to the crew, Kurt. But you know what? So, not thinking of it, I just saw the guy who was in the restaurant and didn't even think twice about it. But in this restaurant, you cannot smoke in this restaurant, so you had to go outside. And at the time, I was smoking cigarettes. And I went out, lit up a cigarette, and then all of a sudden, the old man hey, Matt Barron, good to see you, buddy. Hello to you too. Thank you for sharing it. Um, this old man came out, and he asked if he could bum a cigarette off me, and I said, sure, why not? So I gave him a cigarette, I lit it for him, and we were smoking. And he turned around and he looked at me and he said, you wouldn't have to have a $5 bill. So so I can get a cup of coffee before I go. I said, sure. So I gave him a 10. I said, well, you get that coffee. Why don't you buy yourself a sandwich or something like that? So your stomach is full. And his eyes lit up. And so we went back in. He sat in his booth. He ordered the food. Okay. And then about a half hour later, I turned around and he wasn't there. And what the crazy part about this story is, and this is a true story, the crazy part about this story, I asked the waitress, where did the old man go that was sitting in this booth? And she told me straight out, Sean, nobody sat here. Nobody has been in this booth for the last 2 hours. I said, I just saw an old man sitting in the booth and he was having a sandwich and a cup of coffee. I mean, you know, I have I'm about 9 fries short of a Happy Meal in my mind. And I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. And it was like, it blew me away. And it bothered me because I know that I had my full mental capacities at the time. And it's like, And after, I didn't even research. It just bugged the hell. It bugged the hell out of me, bugged me. And then I come to find out that the next 8 months of my life were great. Were great. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. I finally found happiness for 8 months because I was going through a deep depression at the time. And I have no doubt in my mind that that was an angel. Sure, we can call Mulder, you know. We can call Mulder. We can call the X-Files. But I don't think it was. Thank you, Heidi. So I have no doubt in my mind that was an angel. Comes out, smokes a cigarette. I give him 10 so he can eat 6 times, has a sandwich, drinks his coffee, and goes away. And come to find out there was not a person sitting in that booth. And my life was great for 8 months. And at that time when that was happening, I wasn't really big into the spiritual world. Okay, I was learning to meditate. I was learning all about angels and demons and spirits and animal spirits. everything. I was learning. I was doing this learning experience. Was I hunting ghosts? Yes, I was. But the other thing that comes along with hunting ghosts, right? Or spirits, however you want to say it. Okay. Um, to me, it was no doubt in my mind an angel. And for some reason, well, the reason is I was depressed, but I'm going to say my higher power, who I choose to call God at the time, in this time now, sent this old man to me just to make my life kick back into being something good. And then as I look back on it and about this old man sitting in this booth, what was really, really crazy and honest to God, this is the truth. I went home, turned on the music, TMC, the movie channel, where they show old movies. And you know what movie showed up? It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. And I don't know if anybody ever saw that movie. It's a Wonderful Life. But Jimmy Stewart was a drunk. All his life was going down the tubes. And he wanted to commit suicide by jumping off a bridge or whatever. And there was this old man, this angel that saved Jimmy Stewart's life. And if you really watch at the beginning of the movie, you can hear, I guess, God saying, you know, it's time for you to get your wings. And he sent this old guy down to help Jimmy. Clarence, thank you, Holly. Clarence, yes. And the movie took off from there. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies out there. It really is. I mean, it brings back so many memories of my life. Like, you could actually put Jimmy Stewart, me in the Jimmy Stewart place and position in that movie, and you see me. So if you want to know what I was like a long time ago, watch It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, when I watch that movie, I cry. And it gets to the point in the movie where I have to shut it off because it brings back so many bad memories that I had. It's crazy. But all that situation up at that restaurant, then coming home, turning on the movie channel, and It's a Wonderful Life that comes on TV. So well, there you go. It's like, okay, I got my answer. I got my answer. And then my life did improve, you know. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, angels do live on this earth. That's crazy. There's another point of no coincidences, right, Kurt? Absolutely. Kurt says, I lost my brother and uncle, and I'm living in the same house they both lived in. And there's been a big screen TV outside unplugged, caught on fire. That's interesting, dude. Why do you think it caught on fire, Kurt? Don't worry about it, Kurt. You ain't discrediting me. Don't worry about it. You're good. It's all good, dude. You're my friend. Everybody in this chat's my friend. Everybody out there in radio world's my friend and acquaintances. But yeah, Kurt, why would you think it caught on fire? That would be something to ponder and talk about. But just when you're out and about, if you're at a shopping center or if you're out eating dinner, look around. Look around. and see who stares at you. See who comes up to you for no apparent reason and smiles or shakes your hand. I can guarantee it, everybody. That was an angel sent to you to let you know that he's there and that you're going to have a good day. Okay, it's at the 30-minute mark, and I am going to stop here, and I'm going to go have a break. I will see you back in about a little minutes, about a minute, maybe a minute 30. Okay, everybody? So, grab something to drink, go to the bathroom, smoke a cigarette, do what you got to do, and I will see you in about a minute. Okay? So we'll play this one.
When they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestro, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to...
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms, Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because
Hey everybody, welcome back to the second part of Into the Night with me, your host Sean Kelly on UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. We have a couple, Kurt says a couple things here. He says, Sean, now that you just said that when I was down in Pittsburgh, me and my girl were getting treated way better than we thought we deserved, and noticed a lot of people looking at us. We go everywhere with the best intentions, not trying to harm or bother anyone. Actually, we always feel like the bother, but we got treated better for people. Just seeing the actual people, maybe people aren't used to that. That's true. Well, thank you, Heidi, for being welcome back. Holly says, there's a lady in my building that has a corgi dog named Clarence. And that's who she based the name him for, Clarence the Angel. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So in the first part of the show, we were talking about angels and having angels here on earth. And to where people need to, hey, CL, good to see you, hon. Oh, by the way, CL, everybody, CL has a show Tuesday night, 9:10 p.m. to 10:10 p.m. on UPRN Talk Radio. Her show comes on right after my show, and she's a hell of a show. She does a great show. She has good guests, and she has a lot of good material, Joe Fox, welcome, buddy. Now everybody's coming in. That's great. But in the first part of the show, first half of the show, we were talking about angels. Are they good? Are they bad? Are some angels good or some angels bad? Or I'm not going to say like have angels have bad intentions to everybody. Michelle White, good to see you, Michelle. And wow, good to see you, Michelle. Angels do exist. Okay, thank you, and they do. But Joe Fox believes in angels. Now let me ask Michelle and Joe a question, like I asked the other people here. Um, are all angels good? Just because they're an angel, does that make them like holier than thou? Or could there be some angels out there with bad intentions? Not trying to hurt you, but to set you in the right direction, but do it on different terms. Do you know what I mean, guys? I'd just like to have your thoughts, Joe, Michelle. Kurt says, I feel the majority are good, but I can't believe that there's one specific thing that can be all good. There has to be a yin to the yang. I don't know. No, you're right. There is the yang. And a lot of, Michelle says, so far they seem to be good. Michelle says, no, Frater Crow. Angel means messenger. They are celestial couriers. They can be used to heal or kill. True. Just like most spirits. Joe Fox says, according to what I've read, there are angels with nefarious motives. Yes. Oh, Jay coming on. Let's see what Jay has to say. If he wants to come on.
Hey,
Jay.
I was just coming in to set up a UFO Undercover for Wednesday, and I saw you were getting ready to get on.
Uh-huh. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Jay McNichols. Here you go, my partner on Fridays and Saturday nights.
How's it going?
Pretty good. We're just talking about angels.
Cool.
Are they good? Oh,
hey, Joe.
Yeah. I'd like to get your opinion on that, Jay. What do you think? Do you think angels are all good, or do you think there's some angels out there that aren't good?
Hey, Michelle. Yeah. Hey, Heidi. I think it's a bit of both, actually, Sean. And I guarantee you we got the story wrong. Within our own history, if the bad guys, the aggressors, if they win, they rewrite history to make themselves look like the golden boy. And I think that's what we have with Bible stories, the fallen angels and those that were removed from heaven and sent to earth. I think that there was at one point, we always hear about the war in heaven, the war between heaven and hell, the war between heaven and earth. There was some schism, some conflict within the upper structure of the gods, if you will, the heavenly beings. And there is a structure there. There's, they got, we call them angels, archangels. There are different ones. There's cherubim, there's seraphim, there's
I think there's
Nephilim.
Like 7 levels of angels.
Right, yeah. There's a whole bunch of different names. Solarim, just tons of them. And then, so whatever the schism was, I think the schism happened because those who were bad or had less than pure thought, less than good intentions, are the ones who won, and they kicked the good guys down to earth. And that's why we have weird names for the bad guys, like Lucifer. The Latin roots for Lucifer are luz, light, and Ifer, I think, is an add-on, which means bringer of. So bringer of light, one who brings light, one who enlightens. If you translate that to modern day English, that's teacher. Someone who teaches. It's not a bad guy, it's a teacher. You got Satan. Satan comes down from the Arabic shaitan, and shaitan, I think, means in English it means the accuser, one who accuses. But I think if you bring it to the correct colloquial translation, it would be like attorney general. So someone who brings charges against others. And then when you talk about like Satan himself, he brings charges against you in hell for your sins. So why is the attorney general in control of the most heinous place on earth? So I think the schism happened. You had the bad guys took over the good guys. They sent the good guys to earth, where they became our biblical, mythological demons and bad dudes.
Ah, okay. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
All right. Okay. River says, good evening, Sean and Jay. Freighter Crow says, the Grigori angels, the watchers, helped humankind and wanted to help us. They were condemned for it. Well, I'll tell you what, Freighter, to be honest with you, where I work at and when I'm at, I always being watched, and I know the watchers look at me. And they're not happy when they look at me, you know. But that was a good explanation. Michelle said that too, you know.
Oh,
but
thank you.
All I know is that demons, they're, you know, what's a demon? I mean, think about it. A demon, so-called in the Bible, right, or from other so-called prophets. You know, I've been ghost hunting for over 30 years, and a lot of people, due to TV, due to the movies, due to everything else, that you know, anything that happens inside the house, that everything's demon, and it is not demon, not at all. Most of that shit is an angry spirit that's in the house. You know what I mean? And do I believe that there's a battle going on right now between good and evil? Yes, there is.
I think it's constant. I think it's ongoing.
There's a big. It's yeah, and it will never stop. Do I believe there's a war up in heaven right now? That one I can't explain because I really can't get enough.
There is some sort of conflict going on up there, and it has to do with the Anunnaki. For some reason, they haven't been on planet. They have some representatives still on the planet, but the bulk of their forces that had been here before left, I think, around 2012 or 2014, something around there. For some sort of conflict they have back on one of their home worlds or one of the worlds that they're in charge of. So something's going on up there. I'd have no kind of guess as to what, but that much I know is going on right now. The only creatures bothering us at the moment would be the light beings on rare occasions, the gray individuals, the reptilian individuals, and the mantisoid or insectoid individuals, and sometimes the tall whites.
Oh, okay. Kurt says Earth is probably a zoo or mining source or some habitat. We're not meant to know the greater truth. Ants don't even know what a human is, and look how big the elephant is.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day on the show. If you remember, I don't remember who said it. I think it might have been Leah. The speculation is this planet might be like either a prison planet for souls, a teaching planet for souls, or sort of a rehab center for souls. So that we've done something in the greater multiverse that's they've put our souls on this facility, if you will, this Earth, to fill out some sort of task or quest or pass some sort of test. That's been said for almost every paranormal investigation, whether you talk about ghost investigators, Bigfoot investigators, UFO investigators, conspiracy investigators. They all have this same conspiracy comes up in all aspects of paranormal investigation.
That's true. Michelle White says there's a spiritual realm there, and she says a spiritual battle being fought that's unseen. My brother says, Patrick, my brother is the best brother and friend. I am very proud of him. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. And Kurt says,
I'm on 24/6, just a little bit less than Mark.
Kurt says, I don't have one for the hypothesis. I just don't rule anything out because I don't know the truth. We don't know the truth.
That's part of the huge problem. Not so much maybe with ghost investigation, but with UFO investigation, with government intervention and top secret multi-lettered alphabet soup organizations in control of the information in different levels of conspiracy. Yeah, we get little trickles of the truth here and little trickles of falsehoods that seem truthful over there. And, there's some good pictures over here that are fake, but there's some other pictures over here that aren't, but they try to make you think they are. The information is completely and intentionally confused and befuddled for everyone else, except those who are cleared with top secret clearance to see it or look at it.
Interesting. Joe Fox says a lot of super people in the chat tonight. Yes. Yeah. But Jay, I'm gonna have to let you go, brother. I got about 4 minutes left. All right. Thank you for popping on, man.
Let me pop in for a minute. I'll see you on. Oh, can you come in Wednesday, by the way?
Can I come in Wednesday? I have to check my schedule, sir. I have to check my schedule.
I sent you a message, so let me know if you can, and if not, I'll get Lee and a couple others in there.
All right, brother. You have a good night. All right.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was Jay, my partner Friday night, and Saturday on the chat. Friday night, on News on the Flip Side. Heidi says, "Have a good night, Jay." But yeah, we're getting close to the end of the show, and you know what, guys, I really wish that I could have another extra half hour with you guys. Half hour is all I need, but in reality, it's what it comes down to is how you feel about angels and how you want to know how to deal with them. Seriously. And, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask other people questions about, hey, I think someone's an angel. They're helping me. It's like, go with it. And if you're confused by it, at the moment, just accept it. Then if you want to ponder about it, go for it, dude. Dudes or dudettes, go for it. So Kurt says, "IK, Sean, who do I need to write to? I want you on here longer." That would be Joe Montaldo. Joe Montaldo at icar.net. Let's see, you need to write to. Michelle White says, "Me too. Your show is in depth and much needed." Thank you, Michelle. CL says, "How do you feel about people claiming to talk with angels like they are a medium?" I'm going to give you a brutal answer on that, CL. You're my friend, but I got to come out and tell it straight out. Out of 10 mediums that say they talk to angels, I would have to say maybe 1 or 2 are for real. Okay. The other ones, I don't think so. But you know what, CL, that's my opinion. Okay. That's my opinion on it. Because they can be very, very tricky, because as well as I do, CL, that there are spirits out there that will pretend that they're angels or a good spirit. And if you don't really know how to know the difference in the different energies, like Heidi tells me all the time, it's all energy work. There's good energy and there's bad energy. And if you don't know how to determine that energy, okay, then you could be hurting yourself and hurting other people's by bringing in a different entity. But you know what? One lady said her angels told her to uninvite me from bullshit. Come on, CL, please. That's horseshit. That lady, no. You know what? No, she's bullshit. She's making an excuse so she don't turn out to be the bad person who doesn't like you or who doesn't want you to be part of the group. And that's what it boils down to, huh? It's what it boils down to. See, everybody in this room knows what you're all about. And we know how you are. A beautiful, loving, caring person. Kurt says, Sean, in all honesty, that's why I didn't want to do the one over the phone for my first time. I want to do one in person, and my girlfriend had a feeling of not to do it in her gut. So I trust her gut. Oh, no, nothing against everyone. Kurt is, if somebody, has a problem trusting their guts, go with it. That's who you need to. If you feel bad, if you don't think it's right, then don't do it. CL says, yep, she wanted someone she thought would bring a bigger audience. You know what, CL, please. Don't. All right. It's a good show. I'm giving it to my angels. But don't forget, everybody, CL has a show Tuesday night, the Gateway Podcast, on Tuesday nights, 9:10 to 10:10 p.m. on this channel, UPRN Talk Radio. And I really need to go because we have Sean Patrick coming up with his show coming on at 9:10 to Into the Glass Darkly is his show. And he's got some good guests that comes on. But children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Parents, please go to your children, give them a hug and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And remember, everybody, when you're out and about, look around and see who comes up to help you or smile at you. That was an angel helping you out that day. On that note, good night. Happy Tuesday. Well, no, happy Sunday. Happy hunting. I'll see you Tuesday night. Goodbye.